Hi everyone, Yasas que kalosirtate to another episode of Dimitra's Dishes. If you're looking for a recipe to make this holiday season, either for your holiday dinner table, or if you're bringing it to a potluck, or if you have guests in from out of town spending the weekend with you or the week for the holidays, this is a delicious dessert to make that goes well with coffee, maybe in the morning or in the afternoon. My apple crumb cake, apple coffee cake. It's basically the same thing. It has a light and moist cake on the bottom that has apples in it. Of course, that crumb topping that we all love. I think that's the best part of any coffee cake. And then we have some cinnamon sugar kissed apples on top that roast and are just beautiful. It's such an easy dessert to make. Let's get started. Okay, we're going to begin by making the crumb topping. So in a bowl, we'll just combine 2/3 of a cup of granulated sugar, half a cup of all-purpose flour, a teaspoon of ground cinnamon, and a little pinch of salt. Whisk that all together. I'm just using a fork and I'm just going to mix it all up. Then I have 1 stick or 4 ounces of unsalted butter. This is at room temperature, just so that way it's easy to combine it with the flour and the sugar mixture. Mix it all up, and then you can use the fork to kind of blend it with the flour and sugar mixture. You can go in with your hands just to make sure it kind of sticks together so it forms crumbles later on. And once we're done doing this step, I'll just put it in the refrigerator while we make the cake batter. So for the cake, you're going to need 1.5 sticks or 6 ounces of unsalted butter that's really soft and at room temperature, 3/4 of a cup of granulated sugar, and 1 to 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. The paddle attachment is on my KitchenAid mixer. This is going to mix beginning on low speed, and then I'll increase the speed to high until it's nice and fluffy. Next, we're going to add 2 eggs that are at room temperature. If you forgot to take out your eggs in the morning, about an hour before the recipe, you can dunk them in some warm water and just switch out the water a few times, and the eggs will come to room temperature really quickly like that. Add the eggs to the mixer and mix it on high speed until the mixture is nice and fluffy. Then we'll add 1/4 cup of either Greek yogurt. You can add sour cream. If you don't have any of those ingredients, milk will work too. And once it starts mixing, you'll see that the mixture is going to start to curdle. Don't worry about it, because once the flour goes in, everything will become nice and smooth. So before you add the flour, you're going to want to peel 2 apples and also core them and dice them up. So one of the apples are going to be used for the topping. So I like to melt about 2 tablespoons of unsalted butter, and then I'll pour the butter over the apples once they're in the bowl, of course. And then I'll sprinkle about 1 tablespoon of sugar over the top, and I'll also dust some cinnamon on top. This is going to add lots of flavor to the apples. Toss them all together and set them aside to add to the topping later on. And then the apple that's going to go inside, I'm just going to dice it up into little bite-sized pieces, just like this. And now we'll get the dry ingredients ready. So in a bowl, I have 1 2/3 of a cup of all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, half a teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. I'm going to whisk that all up, and then I'll also add the zest of an orange to this. Whisk it all up, and then I'll add the dry ingredients to the mixer about 1 cup at a time until they're all incorporated. Next, we'll add those apples that we've diced up without the butter flavoring on them. You can add them and then use the mixer to mix them a little bit. Try not to let the mixer mix too much so it doesn't mash up the apples and turn them into applesauce. Once they're incorporated, you can grease a 9 by 13 inch baking pan. I just like to use the butter that's left over on the butter wrappers just to grease it all around the inside of it. I'll spread the batter evenly into the pan. It might not look like it's a lot of cake, but it'll rise. And then I'll take the crumb topping out of the refrigerator and spread it all across the top of the cake. And then those apples that are flavored with the cinnamon sugar and the butter will go on top of the crumb mixture. My oven is preheated to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. This is going to bake on the center rack for 35 minutes. Once it comes out of the oven, let it cool completely. Once it cools, you could run a knife around the cake to release it from the pan. And if you want to add extra flavor to it, you can make this easy icing by combining 3/4 of a cup of confectioner sugar with 2 to 3 tablespoons of orange juice. You can use milk if you don't like the orange juice, and a half teaspoon of vanilla extract. Whisk that all together until the icing is smooth, and then you can pour this over the cooled cake. You want to make sure that the cake is completely cooled, otherwise this will soak in and become syrupy. It'll soak into the cake, and you don't want that. And that's it. The cake is ready to serve. The house smells like there's an apple pie baking in the oven, and I love that smell. It just takes me back to all happy and cozy memories. So I love baking these kinds of desserts this time of year. It's ready to taste right now because it's cooled down. So let's bite into it. This might be the best coffee cake I've ever had. The apples that are in the cake release their juices and it makes the cake extra moist. It's really light too, and I love cinnamon flavored desserts. You can also add some walnuts to it if you want. I didn't, but I might do that next time. The crumb topping, of course, is the best part of any crumb cake. And then the apples on top, because they were tossed in the butter and that cinnamon sugar, they got roasted in the oven. So they're not soggy. They're really, really good. I hope you guys give this recipe a try and let me know what you think. If you make it, let me know how it came out in the comment section down below. And if you want to share pictures with me on Facebook and Instagram, I love to see your recreations. To get this recipe printed out, it's on my website, dimitrasdishes.com. Thank you so much for spending time with me today. I'll see you all next time. Yes, us.